Dennis, thank you very much for those very kind words about Steve Waugh. We really appreciate it and thank you for your service. You heard a lot of things about Steve. Integrity, service to country, citizen, patriot, father. Look around the room, there's a lot of young people in the room tonight. Those are the new generation of patriots and voters in the room. Thank you very much for coming out. And Ollie also mentioned one very important word, team. Well, now it gives me great pleasure to introduce the captain of the team that Steve's going to join here very shortly. It's my great pleasure to introduce to you Senator Allan Kittleman, who happens to come down to us from the legislature, which is in session in Annapolis today. He's giving of his time to come down here on this very important night. He's the minority leader in the Senate, and he's here to talk about Steve. And we're very happy he's here, and when he goes home then he's got to go all the way back to Howard County. So this was a very big undertaking, and we really appreciate his time. Senator, thank you very much for coming in.
Yeah, I called my wife when I got down here. I did my GPS, and it says 2 hours and 15 minutes to get home. But you know what? I'd have driven 10 hours to get down here tonight. I've driven 10 hours to help Steve Waugh get into the State House in Annapolis because we need someone like Steve Waugh in Annapolis. You know, I don't know Steve as long as you guys do. You know, I look into this crowd, I don't know hardly anyone here. Anyone here from Howard County? I don't think so. All right, good one. All right. But Steve came up and we met one day about a couple months ago, I don't know how long, and I told some other folks this, that, you know, you can kind of tell sometimes who's going to be a good candidate by the first 5 minutes. I knew Steve was going to win this race in 5 minutes because he convinced me that he had the heart and desire and the conviction to do it. And I'm telling you, we need that help in Annapolis. I mean, I drove an hour and a half to get down here from Annapolis today. It is not good. Our budget is in bad, bad shape. We don't have people in Annapolis who understand what everyone around Maryland is going through. We have people in Annapolis who just want to keep on spending and spending and spending till there is no tomorrow. We have even papers like the Baltimore Sun saying that we're on the edge of a cliff. This budget, we're at the edge of a cliff. The current administration's current budget takes $900 million out of other funds to pay for this year. They won't have that next year because it'll be gone. There is a $3 billion deficit. We're getting through. The Baltimore Sun even had an editorial. Their editorial about this budget, seriously, this is what it said, quotes, "It is made up of chewing gum and baling water." That's how we're surviving in Maryland. But we're surviving because they're afraid to do the hard choices. They're afraid to tell people we can't afford it. They want to raise your taxes. They already did it in 2007, historically. And their plan is to do it again in 2011. The only way we stop that is by electing Steve Waugh. Because we don't have Steve. Yeah. We have to have people who know what it's like to work and to live in a community who don't forget about their community when they go to Annapolis. Too many people forget about where they came from. Too many people get there and they do have that big head syndrome that you were talking about. They think that, gosh, I'm a senator, people like me. You know, you start walking around Annapolis, people start saying, hello, Senator, it gets to your head pretty quickly if you let it. I don't think Steve's going to let it. I know you're not going to let him let it. I mean, that's the best thing about you. You are the person who grounds, just like my wife is the person who grounds me and my 4 children. Because when I come home, they don't care I'm a senator. And they say, you got to take the trash out like you do every week. And that's the way it should be. We should be like that. And I can tell you that unless we get people like Steve Waugh down there, I don't know if we can survive. And I know that sounds kind of hokey, but it's serious, folks. What are we going to do with a $3 billion deficit? We have $1.3 billion of our deficit is going to be made up of federal funds this year that will not be there next year. Where are we going to find $1.3 billion to make up that hole? We just don't understand in Annapolis. You need to send people to tell people in Annapolis that enough is enough. Enough is enough. We need people who can say no. I know sometimes people say we're the party of no. We're not the party of no. We have a lot of ideas on how to fix things. But one of the things you have to learn to do is when people come up and say, I want this program, you've got to say, we can't afford it. No, we can't do it now. We can't keep on overspending. We overspend and we overspend and we overspend because we can't say no. Well, Annapolis needs new blood. Annapolis needs people with a conviction to say, I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. I'm not going to go up there and say one thing and come back here and say something else. Too many politicians do that. They tell everybody what they want to hear, and then they go to Annapolis and vote totally different. And they're hoping you don't watch. They're serious, they're hoping you don't watch. They're thinking you won't pay attention to what's going on in Annapolis because that's an hour and a half away and you won't worry about it. So I'll come down here and tell you I'm for all these things, and I go up to Annapolis and I fight them all. And I come back and say, I fought really hard for you, but they're hoping you don't know. Well, Steve Waugh is going to tell you about it. He's going to go door to door. You better go door to door. He's going to go door to door.
And wave signs.
He's going to wave signs. You think that's crazy, folks? I wave signs every morning during campaigns. It's important. You got to get out there. He's running against somebody who's got name recognition, who's been here for a long time. People need to know the facts. But they need to meet him, because when you meet him, you like him. You like him because he's genuine, he's sincere, he cares about country, he cares about state, he cares about family, he cares about God, he cares about the people of St. Mary's and Calvert County. So I'm going to work my butt off to help Steve Waugh be elected, even if it drives me 15 hours to get down here. And I'm going to go all around the state of Maryland because we need more Steve Waughs. I'm wishing that we could duplicate him, you know? We need people like him out in Baltimore County and in Howard County. My gosh, I live in liberal land. But I mean, we need more people like Steve Waugh. So I am here. If I can help you any way, Steve, you call me. I will come down and meet with whoever you want to meet with. I will help you do whatever I can to help you because you're the kind of person I know that can change Maryland for the better. And it's my pleasure to elect our new state senator, Steve Waugh.